In a peaceful village surrounded by green hills, there lived a girl named Lila. Lila wasn't like the other children. While they played outside in the fields, Lila loved to sit under an old oak tree, reading her favorite books. She dreamed of faraway places filled with magic and adventure. One evening, as the sky turned pink and gold, Lila sat under the tree, reading an old book she had found in her grandmother's attic. The pages were old, but the stories were full of wonder. As Lila turned the pages, something fell out, a small map. Lila carefully opened it, her eyes shining with excitement. It was a map to a magical forest she had never seen before. The map showed a river made of silver water, a bridge made of vines and hidden wonders. Lila's heart raced. Could this place really be real? There was only one way to find out. Without waiting, she tucked the map into her pocket and set off toward the forest. As Lila entered the forest, the air was cool and fresh, and the smell of flowers and trees filled her nose. The trees were tall, with wide branches that stretched far into the sky. At first, everything seemed normal. Just a regular forest with rustling leaves and the distant chirping of birds. But the deeper Lila walked, the more she noticed something strange. The trees began to sparkle. Their leaves glowed with a soft golden light. The path beneath her feet shimmered with tiny lights, like stars, lighting the way. Lila's eyes widened. This wasn't an ordinary forest. This was a magical place. As Lila walked along the glowing path, she heard the sound of water. It was soft, like the sound of little bells ringing. She followed the sound until she reached a beautiful river. The water wasn't blue or green. It was silver, sparkling like moonlight. Lila knelt beside the river and touched the water. As soon as she did, ripples of light spread across the surface. The river felt magical, like it was trying to tell her something. Lila looked at the map again. It showed a bridge that crossed the very river. She looked up, and there it was, just ahead. The bridge stretched across the sparkling water, made of thick, twisting vines. But as she got closer, she saw that the bridge was broken in the middle. The gap was too wide to jump, and the river was too deep to cross. She thought about turning back, but then she remembered something her grandmother had once told her. Sometimes the path only shows up when you truly believe it is there. Lila closed her eyes and took a deep breath. She believed. She believed in the magic of the forest. With a steady step, she moved towards the broken bridge, her heart beating fast. And in that moment, something amazing happened. The vines on the sides of the river began to twist and curl together. The broken bridge started to rebuild itself right before her eyes. The vines grew strong, forming a path she could walk on. Step by step, Lila crossed the river, her heart filled with excitement. Once she reached the other side, Lila couldn't help but smile in awe. The magic of the forest was real. She felt proud and happy. The path ahead was glowing, leading her deeper into the forest. The air around her felt warmer, and the trees seemed to whisper with the wind. She walked along the glowing path and soon arrived at a beautiful clearing. In the center of the clearing was a huge tree, its trunk wide and ancient. Its branches reached up toward the sky like strong arms. The tree looked special, different from all the others in the forest. Lila felt a pull toward it, as though the tree itself was calling to her. Curious, Lila stepped closer to the tree and gently placed her hand on its bark. The moment she touched it, the tree began to glow. A soft, golden light spread from the trunk, moving up to the branches, filling the entire clearing with a warm, magical glow. The light was peaceful and calming. She stood there for a moment, watching the golden light dance around her. It was as if the forest was welcoming her, sharing its magic and beauty with her. Lila closed her eyes and let the warmth fill her heart. She knew that this was a very special place, one that was full of wonder, waiting to be discovered. But as Lila opened her eyes, she remembered the map in her pocket. There was still so much more to see. She knew that the magic of the forest wasn't finished yet. There were still mysteries to uncover, and she was ready for the next part of her journey. As the evening set in, Lila knew it was time to head back to the village. Her heart raced with excitement. Tomorrow, she would return to explore more of the magical forest. When she finally reached the village, everything seemed the same. But to Lila, it felt different. She had discovered a secret world, and she couldn't wait to go back. Smiling up at the stars, she knew the adventure was far from over. The forest was calling her back, and she would be ready to uncover even more wonders the next day.